So basically it's all started when I spilled a damn energy drink on my keyboard. And not just a few drops, it was a fucking proper puddle. So yeah, the keyboard had to dry out for a while. That's when I remembered some of my friends kept saying that DST is the super hard game. So to prove it's not that bad and also kill some more useless time in my life, I decided to record 100 days of survival using only a mouse. Let's also see how much pain in the ass it actually is. And I'm not even allowed to use keyboard, mouse only, start to finish. Also, I'm planning to kill every major boss on the map, and trust me, I won't have any problems with that challenge. After all, I am a professional slacker. This is what I do. Okay, how you can see, just default settings. No mods, no rollbacks, no mercy. I am not here to negotiate with the game. For playing with only a mouse, I think there are really only two suitable characters, Wendy and Maxwell, since they mostly rely on their units to fight. And I decided that Wendy is the more optimal choice for me, not only because she's easier to control and less mentally demanding, but also because she has more HP and her early game is more comfortable, which is pretty important for me because I think that start of the game is the most important part. I just started the game and there it is. That stupid event crow again. Honestly, I really want to roast it because it's ruined the whole horror vibe, making the game not schizophrenic but just absurd and dumb. But hey, that's just my personal taste. Just a heads up, I am jumping back into the game after a long break, so don't be surprised if I mess up here and there. And for now I'm just gonna look around and grab some resources. By the way, I could have killed the turkey right away, but I didn't think of it, though meat isn't the priority right now. And look here, I bumped into some grass geckos, I guess I got insanely lucky. Shouldn't have to worry about grass much now, but who knows. And there is just a ton of them here. You rarely find this many right away, and honestly I didn't tweak any settings, no mods, no cheats. But you still won't be able to prove me wrong. Of course, grab everything that lay free, because it's a wild world. It's why I really like survival games. You can grab some stuff for free. You can grab wheat, you can grab stones. Oh my god, what I'm talking about. Now we're gonna find some sticks, because I don't wanna die the first day out. It would be ridiculous for me. A lot of beginners make this mistake. They just walk past resources lying right in front of them. But DST doesn't work like that. The world is hostile and stuff like twigs, grass, rocks and flint is always in demand. Skipping them, unthinkable. I found a stone road, that's really a good sign. It might lead to Pig Village and those are packed with all sort of useful stuff. I also found Chester, big win. I really want to explore a large chunk of the world before setting up my first base. And trust me, that's gonna take a while. So yeah, extra inventory space is a lifesaver. Honestly, I'm really glad you can open the minimap with just a click in the corner and rotating the camera using the arrow buttons nearby. That's a small thing, but it shows that devs actually cared about audience, even for someone with my mental capacity. As you probably guessed, I hate events, so I have no idea how to use this joker yet, but in the future I will be king of gambling, I swear you. I found a couple of rocks, what a terrible creatures, and decided it was time to test my sister in battle. But being inexperienced, I didn't make her aggressive instantly, which led to some health loss. Still, even at stage 1, a couple of rocks are not much for this killing machine, and it's the reason why I chose Wendy. Now I can continue to explore the world, nothing really interesting, just flint, some bushes, some sticks. I don't wanna take carrots right now because it's very useful item when you have a cooking pot, but if you don't cook anything, it's just useless. So I don't wanna waste it for nothing, I wanna save it for really great deals and really great dishes. To make a long story short, I found a mole trying to claim some flint lying on the ground, but that fool doesn't know that everything here belongs to me. This is an important part of my training, not forgetting to switch Abigail from aggression mode, because many inexperienced players forget this, which can lead to disastrous consequences. I also made an axe just in case, but a couple of logs wouldn't hurt either. Honestly, I'm not even sure what for. As you've probably figured out, I don't have a clear plan, but I don't really need one to survive, I just grab whatever I see. Of course, a lone spider is nothing compared to two frogs, but monster meat isn't exactly the best loot. The night wasn't the reason to stop. I just kept running and running, exploring the map. So it's how I spent my first day here. Eventually I've got level up of Abigail, so it's good news because now I can hunting down really big creatures and bunch of spiders, so I can easily harvest some web and heal and a lot of meat without any struggle here. So I absolutely calm about my survival opportunities, but I still need resources to build my base, and I still need to open map because it's very important thing to my dwelling in the future. Just keep moving, early game is great for exploring, tons of resources everywhere, and it looks like I found the first cave entrance. Not a big deal now, but it will come handy later. There is a pretty big open meadow mixed with forest along my path. That's good news because it has a lot of needed resources, but I don't get why when I using just the mouse, there is this annoying bug with frozen animations. It happened literally every 5 or 6 action and it's starting to annoying me really bad. Okay, still exploring the map, there is plenty left to discover, even started ignoring berries, there is just too many of them anyway. Shame they spoil so fast. Nothing exciting happened, but I've already gathered so much stuff that I need Chester. Also I found some spiders, and that's just what I needed. The fight was insanely intense, but only for them. I just watched and then collected the spider web. A little later I sorted out my inventory and found some green mushrooms. I always pick them up because they don't just give one veggie when you cooking. After frying, they actually do a pretty good job healing sanity, which makes them super useful in any situation, especially boss fights and wormhole jumps and stuff. I started heading back toward the spawn point because I figured it's more efficient early on to explore evenly around where you appear. That way you're more likely to figure out where everything is logically, but I forgot one thing, I don't have such a luxury, but it doesn't matter right now. Because I found a new spider egg again, but as you know, for Wendy they're easy prey, so let's get it. Meanwhile, night is coming, but I am still planning to explore the rocky biome. There is usually plenty of interesting stuff there. Here are my old friends, bringing fresh grass supplies for me, pretty handy. Especially at night, knocking down grass gets even easier. And that's how we made it to day 3. Looks like I scored a new upgrade, if I got it right. And I discovered a big bird, but she don't have egg now, so it doesn't matter. But what the heck is that, man? Why are there so many of them here? I'm starting to doubt if my world is normal. I don't remember ever seeing this many grass geckos in my world before. Is this even okay? Please drop a comment if you know. I really need to know it because I totally set up a default settings of the world. I don't know what's happening here. Maybe I am just a lucky man. I don't know. I don't fucking know. The most luckiest thing that they spawned nearby live gates. It's really a miracle, and I think that's just a lucky coincidence because I totally set up it right. And I decided to check out what can offer me the stupid crow, but honestly it's fucking nothing. So please, developers, if you ever will see this video, just let the players opportunity to kill this fucking crow and cook it out because it's fucking useless shit. I kept exploring the rocky region after a short stroll around, and then I found out a big bird killed one of my pets. I was furious, decided to take a desperate step and get revenge for my fallen friend. Even though there were three of us, it wasn't a fair fight at all. The main drawback of the ghost is that it can't really dodge attacks, and the bird hits are insanely strong, and honestly, Chester can't fight, and even the loot it would drop isn't worth losing another friend over. So I decided just to forget about revenge, at least by now. As I ran away, I felt shame flooding my whole body, shaking me to the core. But Abigail was already on the edge between life and death. The only way out was to run as fast as possible, straight down the road. But I swore I'd come back. I won't forget about my friend, you damn bird. Even this rotten tree felt the power of my will. I am done gathering twigs and grass for now. Time to move on to stone, because it's the good location for that. Finally, I found what I've been looking for all this time. A way to travel long distances really fast. I love this feature in Don't Starve. Honestly, the gameplay wouldn't feel complete without it. And it's very helpful because I can find anything I need to my base and furthermore. But I just dropped in location with spiders and forests. So it's not that bad actually, but I expected at least something more valuable for now. I quickly forgot my disappointment when I saw green mushrooms. A real source of life just like coke and chips. But then Spider decided to get cocky with me. Too bad he's too dumb to realize that evening is my time and not his. Abigail really very quickly killed them all, without any struggle. But they damaged her at least at half HP, but that doesn't matter because she would regenerate very fast. And here we go, I am already having trouble managing my inventory. Plus, I am starving and going a little crazy, so I decided to set up a little camp. Time to sort through this mess, calm my nerves and figure out what the hell I'm doing with my fucking life. You don't really appreciate the keyboard until you spend half of your life just moving things around or cooking berries on a campfire. It's not unbearable, but do it enough times and you start reminiscing about the good old days when you had hotkeys and brain cells. At least those berries won't go to waste thanks to my incredible talent picking up absolutely everything, even the stuff I don't need. But now I need it, so it was helpful and I have mushrooms. Honestly, I don't really appreciate that I need to spend them right now, but I don't have a lot of space in my inventory, I don't have much psychological powers, so I decided to just give it away and relax. Oh my god, what have I found? Oh, I really like this building, this structure. It can be very useful in the near future. So I'm really glad to see these little piggies now. Again, I don't like moving around at night. Low visibility means I might miss valuable loot. And that's a tragedy I am not willing to accept. I didn't come here to not pick up shiny junk off the ground. When day 4 is arrived, I decided to take a look at the survival journal. Curious what kind of new stuff they have added this time. Honestly, it is helpful especially for someone like me who enjoys cooking, but it feels so casual now. I miss the old days when discovering how to cook fish sticks meant failing 10 times in a row and dumping your entire fridge into the compost just to unlock a single recipe and forgot it after 5 minutes of playing. Yeah, hard reality. Well, my goal now is to explore new surroundings and find something truly valuable. So I made myself an axe just to feel a bit safer while I walk around. What, you don't carry an axe when you go outside to feel protected? And then I faced what I'd been preparing for all my life. Deep in the forest I found a tree with the face of a monster. Deciding to confront my fear head on, I chopped it down. But one axe just wasn't enough, so I crafted a new one and don't stop to chopping it until I reached my goal and monster was defeated. After great victory, I decided to pick up evil flower just for case and again fucking journal opened up I really hate this thing because it's annoying and it's don't let you play normally like a normal human being. But I can't focus on such useless and annoying things, I just need to move on. So I decided to continue to open this location and suddenly I leveled up. I really don't know what to do with these skill abilities because I already told in my previous video that it's very stupid idea because it's not what developers tried to do eventually, originally, but okay, now we have fucking skill points in this game, like in the hours. Okay, I just need to use to it because which choice do I have? Actually, I don't have any choice. Okay, I picked up the most useful skill by my opinion and returned to my adventure, trying to kill some froggies because it's very good source of protein, of course. It's not because I hate these creatures that much. Actually, they can be really funny, but not in this fucking game, especially after you experienced a rain of frog of rain. What the fuck I'm talking about? Rain of frogs. I think it spells like that. I figured 2 companions just weren't enough, so I tried to bribe the nearest hermit pig with some monster meat. Not exactly a fair trade, but with a stomach like his, he'll gobble it down and ask for dessert. And actually I got a lot of monster meat, so I can buy a lot of friends. And I can build an army which capable of destroying the fucking world. And my goal now is to use my new warriors as efficiently as possible, and preferably grab their loot if they die. Oh, I mean, what a bright and cheerful world this is. We are all just friends, having fun together. Nya nya nya, nya nya, nya nya. So we started to fighting with spiders, and of course Abigail has advantage here, but it's a day, so I was a little bit worried about that. I wanted to turn the pig into a werepig so he'd go berserk on the spiders and get himself killed, and that means more loot for me, but Abigail was doing too good of a job on her own, so I had to abandon that brilliant idea. Honestly, I should have just killed them by myself, but okay, it's too late now. Then I made my way to the chest guarded by the royal guards and decided to gently convince my new friend to pick a fight with them. All in the name of the loot, of course. It wasn't easy at first though, and it wasn't efficient, but at least I can have what I will have. So I lost my HP, I lost my friend, my honor, but it doesn't matter because now I have skin peak. And it's very helpful resource actually, so even one, I think it's not bad for start actually, really. But then came the most groundbreaking discovery of all. I found a green mushroom. Obviously, God, I am so happy. My sanity shall never fall again. Oh right, I also stumbled upon a buffalo field, but you know, who cares? I had so much space in my inventory that I decided to fill it with grass. Because according to the first rule of survival, you can never have too much grass and twigs. Why I'm like this? I swear I'm not total psycho. I don't know, it's just I can't handle it. When I see free loot, I can't just pass it through. I shall to pick it all up. All grasses, all brushes, all stones, and all flints. It all ended with me completely running out of space. Someone please shoot me already. Just shoot me. I even set up a night camp just to free up some space by eating. I know, my greed knows no rest. I even tried leafy meat because I didn't want it to go to waste. Sorry my grassy friend, we live in a world too harsh for rules. But then I went back and picked up the leftover grass that didn't fit in my inventory before. I mean, come on, it's just my survival instincts. I can't deal with that. I started to think I was just trying to fill the gaping hole of my existential crisis by hoarding everything I came across. But I still can't figure out what exactly is wrong with me. Seriously, maybe I just want to tame a buffalo, but how did I end up with this much grass by the end of the day? At this point, I'm basically a walking lawnmower, and honestly, I don't even know if I'm proud or ashamed. Finally, I found something interesting in this empty, grassy world. Then it started raining. Weirdly enough, I kinda like it. But little did I know what the hell waited me ahead. I mean, I had my suspicions, but opening this chest was a real nightmare. Everything catch fire. Classic. I panicked, of course, and decided to just leave it all and run somewhere the flame couldn't follow. But then I spotted a massive pile of ash. Because, yeah, nothing screams fun like collecting burnt remains. Panic quickly turned into cold, ruthless calculation. As always. I actually lost a lot of HP because of it, but though I had enough ash to resurrect an army of hell. But all I really wanted was to craft some healing self. Just need to snag some spider glands and it would be better. But I need also stone, so I am actually cooked. Don't worry guys, I'm cooked. Turns out the spiders were just around the corner. Time for Abigail to unleash her full wrath. After the glorious victory, I was left with only two problems, a full inventory and a broken heart. Bro, I mean seriously, I need to heal. Guys, it's been a while. Honestly, I should have had a base by now, but I think I'm missing just a bit of grass. You know, for rope and backpack, maybe even a hat if I'm feeling extra. Where the hell I'm supposed to find all that stuff? What the fuck? Why this world so cruel? Of course I can't even walk past a pile of buffalo poop. What did you expect? Self-control? Ah, I don't need that. Still wandering around like a headless buffalo. After everything I've been through, my HP is in the gutter. And I am seeing double. So yeah, perfect time to grab just a bit of healing, right? I mean, my Abigail max level now, what could possibly go wrong? Regular spiders? No big deal. But the moment I decided to step in, bam, nearly got sent to Valhalla by a crit to the face. That's when it's really hit me. I've been playing a very dangerous game, running around with low HP all this time. And I still need to learn how to switch Abigail to aggressive mode. I'm so used to people around me doing that stuff automatically. Unfortunately, the poor thing got caught in the crossfire too. I never would've guessed butterfly wings could heal you. Nature is weird, man. I can't build a base yet, so I just went ahead and ate all the healing I had. Didn't wanna get clapped by the next surprise hit. Better to suffer a little longer before the inevitable end, right? All my mushrooms are gone too, so I guess sobriety it is. Out of pure desperation, I started skipping through the fields, picking flowers. I mean, what else is there to do when you run out of drugs? Then I decided to make a flower crown out of them. No idea why, it just looks kinda pretty. My inventory is a mess, I am starving, so here is a new campfire. At least it feels kinda cozy, sitting next to my dead sister. Just gotta make sure I don't start popping pills again. After a hot dinner, I still wasn't feeling adventurous enough, so I went into the woods to gather sticks. They say all epic stories start this way, but all I got were huge hordes of spiders. Calling it a battle would be generous, it was just a slaughter. Then it happened again, but actually nothing interesting in there. Still slaughter, still I got extra monster meat and stuff. Here I found the perfect opportunity to snag some pork ribs. The fight went on forever, so I figured I'd step in and finish off my little brothers. Playing Wendy, I can kill spiders anytime, so I decided to free up some inventory space by using up my healing. I also heard the sounds of hounds, so I braced myself for a deadly battle, but only one puppet showed up. I guess the devs have a pity for lonely players. Following my usual routine, I lured my enemies back to camp, then smashed their cocoon. When night fell, I thought about playing explorer and diving into the caves, but these annoying pests keep chasing me everywhere in this forest. It wasn't exactly necessary, but I won't tolerate a spider boss evolving on my turf. After I destroyed the cocoon, some kind of bug happened and my pig friend just disappeared. No idea how that happened. At last, a worthy discovery. I found the pig village. It's gonna be very useful in the future. How did I know it was a pig village? Well, the smell from their daddy gave it away. I really wanted to take the pan flute, it's insanely useful, but my inventory said no. I was starting to miss juicy berries and tasty frog legs. In the previous forest, there was none of that good stuff. A bit farther out, I stumbled upon the desert. Easily the most exciting region in the game, especially for a gambler like me. And here I discovered a new bunch of geckos. They literally chasing me and this world is blessed. Also I found the hounds, but it's okay. On the other side still was a deciduous forest and my first tumbleweed. I got a seaworthic note from it. Honestly, getting some gold and finally setting up a base wouldn't be a bad idea. Running around with full inventory is a pure torture. But first I decided to take care of my sanity, no idea why it kept dropping slowly but relentlessly. Maybe it's cause my health ain't full, maybe I'm just tripping too much, or maybe I got hooked on them damn mushrooms. Maybe it's because of these mushrooms that the night being pretty bright here, but still without a torch sanity starts to crack. Also look how far I've come, and I still haven't found the damn swamp. Still, this place is huge, honestly way too big for just one guy like me. To get from one area to another you either need wormholes, or you gotta tame a dragon. Exploring the last corner of the forest I stumbled upon a curious scene, a raccoon fighting frogs. It's moments like this that make the game world actually feel alive. I mean, they're not real, right? It looks like a place where real nature chaos shows up, just how I like it. Next thing you know, a raccoon fighting another. Perfect chance to snack myself a piece of meat. Check out the perfect timing I nailed for that surprise attack. Even a famous artist would be jealous for my tactic. And now I am the one who can take all the sweets. I still had inventory problems, so I gave it some serious thought. Maybe I can survive without those 5 stacks of road, hopefully. But then I went and grabbed the road instead of the buffalo poop. Honestly, no clue what was going through my head at that moment. The fact that I can hold an extra item with just the mouse totally breaks the fourth wall. Makes me feel like I am really puppeteering a cardboard doll. But hey, that's the point and I kinda like it. I really want to build a base already, my hands are falling off and my back aches from carrying all this stuff. But I decided to wait until I can get Glomer, because time is running out. If I go all the way across the map for that rock right now, I will miss this chance. And also I decided to help my pigman friends with their spider problem, partly to kill time, partly to prevent a pig genocide. Well, at the very least I discovered 3 fully grown spider dens, right in the middle of the pig village, which as you can imagine requires immediate action, unless I want to wake up one day to a full-blown spider apocalypse. Evening and night the perfect time to start dealing with these nests, one by one. Honestly, it's pretty annoying. Despite Abigail's decent AoE damage, she's absolutely terrible at breaking the dens quickly. It takes way too long, and right now I am not exactly in the mood to risk my HP for it. By the way, now I can learn another skill that can make my game through more casual than it could be ever. My special military operation was going surprisingly well. Until morning came, and I suddenly remembered I'd left a pile of monster meat lying around in the pig village. To my surprise, they didn't even look at it. Could it be they evolving? Are pigs finally learning not to eat everything that touches the ground? What's next? I just hope they won't invent democracy, honestly. I keep clearing the area of spiders and their cocoons, but the amount of spider webs, monster meat, even monster glands, it's so disgusting. It makes my entire inventory stink. And oh, my hands, it's stinky. Please, someone help me. I'm so unbelievably stinky. I'm all in this fucking shit. A new level up, I just don't give a fuck what I need to learn, I just do it randomly. Honestly, don't ask me why I chose this perk. I don't even want to think about it, but I think the most useful perks it's for improving Abigail anyway. But okay, I don't need that right now. Considering all the lovely loot I've farmed from the spiders, I can now bribe pigs indefinitely to do some highly illegal deforestation for me, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. The clock's ticking and I'll soon be able to get the hell out of this dump. Of course, with my fragile, barely functioning sanity, there is no way I can survive even a single day without mushrooms, so building a campfire was absolutely mandatory. Honestly, I was reminded just how useless pigs are. When it came to time to clear out the final spider den, my partner was just eating food off the ground, then running around like a little baby, crying about how scared he was without light. What a damn princess. Still, he somehow tried to help me, but it was so fucking useless, I don't even know how to describe it to you guys. I should have just fried him with butter. Look at him, now he just wants to go home, but the game code won't let him. The problem got solved just in time, because now I have to go pick up my fluffy little darling. Look at how cute he is. I have even to sacrifice grass from my inventory for him. I went to collect my hard-earned loot, but then my old friend showed up in a different form. Apparently my jokes hit a nerve. He's taking this seriously right now. I thought that Abigail can handle it, but she's not. So, the first time in my life, I put my newly learned retreat skill to use. Not risking anything right now, not even for good loot from Were Peak. I remembered I had to go the other way, so I headed back to the village, only to witness an incredible clash of titans. It was pretty unexpected, but Lucky Peak was already on the verge of death, so I just took all loot, and that's it. Oh, I think I just forgot one small thing. 1 second. There it is. Well, after I wrapped up my businesses with the spiders, I decided to turn another pig into a were pig, you know, to farm some extra loot. But sadly he lost his mind completely and only had eye for my poor glamour. I expected him to lash out at everything around, but nope, just my fluffy body. Tragic reality, and I just shoot to run because I can't fight with him, especially during the day. It would be so dangerous for my Abigail and my glamour as well. I really tried to get him to attack someone else, but the only option was to run away while he was distracted munching on rotten stuff off the ground. Okay, now it's time to do something useful finally. Oh, poopy. I just can't skip that part, you know. Alright, I am finally going to start gathering stuff for my first base. I got a bit to catch up, swinging around like Tarzan, and forgot I needed to actually move forward. But it's just so much fun. I just can't help myself. So actually, I came here to gather some gold and stone for my scientific base, but there was like mess up and I should to kill all these spiders again before I can start to do something real useful. My patience was seriously on the edge of setting a damn fire, and I'm not talking about the game, so I just built the science machine, but I still need to find a decent spot. At least something halfway decent for a base. Yeah, by the way, since my keyboard was drained out, I couldn't even pause the recording, the game still needs full screen to run. So yeah, I just paused when I needed to go. So I think that kind of patience deserves like a comment, don't you? Back in the game, I returned to my favorite pastime, digging through trash. So I decided to put base in here, before my favorite place. Finally, I crafted a backpack, so now I can hold more trash into my inventory slots. I really appreciate it. At first I found a humble potato, small victory, but then came the spider jump scare, and I swear I just starting to get tired of these creatures. Actually, the junkyard turned out to be more than just useful. Besides potatoes and spiders, it contains some pretty important, even irreplaceable resources, like gears for the fridge. Wood also won't hurt, I'll definitely need it, and then there are some weird parts from a completely unknown mechanism. Guess I'll have to Google that later. Actually, this place was very good for base because there is a pond, which perfect source of water and food. Also, I accidentally clicked at the scientific machine and crafted it. I didn't want to, but okay. But the most important part is the wormhole from earlier, which as you might remember, leads almost to the other end of the map and right into a great rocky biome. I'd say that is a solid extra argument in favor of placing my base here under these conditions. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good, especially for the start. So I think you have no questions, and yeah, I got some present again, but it doesn't matter in modern DST because items here cost nothing, unfortunately. I placed an extra base, mostly because I built by accident anyway, and headed out to gather resources. I need some stone for the fridge, wood for the chest, and all sort of other useful stuff for the base, you know, blah blah blah. So, as you can see, my base nearby village of the pigs, and nearby the wormhole, so I can travel very fast between different regions. I literally at the other end of the map, so I am really glad that I succeeded at least at this point, and I just wanted to prove myself that it's not bad place for base, and basically that is. So day 14, I am still here gathering resources, grinding, if you can tell that, and just need a lot of woods and stones like I said before. So I just harvest whatever I see. I also decided to burn a few trees for charcoal on my way back to base. Now to drop off the extra loot, I will have to return here anyway, so might as well not waste time. Just killed some game on the way, soon I'll be able to start cooking, so it wouldn't be extra anyway. Just a few seconds and I'm returning to my base. As I said, it's a perfect place, so I decided just to start build base there where I was eventually. Finally, I can drop some of my gear and really feel the freedom of empty inventory. It's the thing that I really needed all this time. So finally I can be happy. I also crafted a few tools just to have the recipes ready, as per won't hurt to have either. So it's just the basic things that you should know anyway if you play in this game a long time, it's okay. Now it's time to return for my coal because I need to craft pot already, and I don't know why Glamour is still with me. Just don't ask me that question. I was just so unfocused and I don't know, I forgot to leave him on the base. And by the way, it wasn't enough. Actually, I don't know why the next three didn't burn out, so I just need some extra moves. Actually, I didn't even lost time because I needed wood anyway for new chests, because of course one wasn't enough, so it's okay, I guess. Last night there was a meteor shower, but you won't see it because it's only audible and I am the jerk who listens to podcast instead of recording the game sound. Yeah, throw your tomatoes at me. Anyway, now I have to scout the area for resources just in case. Maybe that would be something helpful. For example, fried frog legs. It really would be nice. As you can see, I have strong Jewish roots, so I'd rather starve than waste a single bit of food that could be turned into something worthwhile. I was this close to chewing on my own socks. The game name was about to become way too real, but this time I made it. So congratulations to me. I finally set my pet free, even though I really like him, I just don't want to risk his life for the chance to pet the fluff one more time wherever I go. I really like those stick like trees, so I need to plant as many as possible nearby. So of course I demolished that. Of course I will hunt frogs every time I pass by this spot. That's why I like it so much. It's like endless source of the meat for every day, and not just simple meat. It's a meat that has some kind of fish unit when you cook it. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you know it, you know it. And actually I have 2 ponds here, so I can hunt down a lot of frogs every day, and I also can fishing. So the only minus, there is no bushes on the second one, but I think I can live with that. Meanwhile, evening had already come and I was getting nervous about the tier 3 cocoon sitting next to my toothy wormhole, so I decided to take care of it, while also gathering some food, supplies and stuff along the way. I honestly don't even know what to do with all these spider eggs I have collected. Kinda makes me want to build a proper farm or something, but I think later. I got a lot of problems because I put base too late, and I think it's affected my whole game. So I really fucked up at some point. It's only day 15, I still chopping the woods down before I will come back. And I think I'm talking a little bit too much because I don't know, it's already 40 minutes I'm talking, it's only 15 day. I don't know how much would long this video, but I really don't know what's happening with me. It's my first try to do such a format, so I don't know. I just don't know. I just try to improvise. By the way, these twiggy trees grow really well. Looks like I'm gonna have a stick supply for several stacks now. Honestly, I'm starting to feel like some old grandma. Honestly, I don't even remember if I mentioned it, but I already built a fridge. Now I'm gathering resources for something important. And on top of that, hounds are on their way. So I'm getting ready to fight, and I just hope that there would be more than just one. At first, the hound showed up and tried to go for Glamour, but Abigail stood on its way, so I figured everything was fine. I thought she'd draw its aggro, giving me time to grab my spear and get into position, but no, this game doesn't want to kill me physically, it wants to break my morality first. This is a huge loss for me considering how much time I spent just to get him. I completely screwed, and of course I am so fucking mad right now you can't even imagine. Even now, when I am recording video, I mean. But when you're in survival mode, there is no time for regrets or mourning. So I kept following my plan and my dream of starting a garden. And how you can see, it's going pretty well. I need a big garden, as you can see, that was the plan from the very beginning. So I've been collecting seeds alongside grass and poop. It's also important not to waste time, so I'm cooking while the garden is getting ready. I also took a look at what's left of Glamour. Man, I really miss my body. Gotta stop myself from crying. Now I'm clearing the ground at the same time. I know it might be not the most exciting thing, but it honest work. By nightfall I had already completed my first stage, so how you can see it's pretty clean in here, and even at night I keep cooking. I just wish I had a woman in the party. In the morning I kept working on the garden, since winter is coming and I am not prepared yet. Since I am not quite crazy enough to talk to plants out of loneliness yet, I went for a morning walk, gotta grab some more stone for the future. Of course, I never forget to visit my green friends. I really love nature. At the second pond, there was actually a huge bunch of frogs. I don't even know how they all fit in here. Of course, I finished them, and a little later I realized that there was another pond here. Honestly, I didn't even notice it while I played. I don't know why. I also found some rot laid on the ground. I don't even know why. Maybe it was a dead frog from peak, maybe something else that I dropped before, but now I'm going to the womb. Of course, after that I went to mining because I would need a lot of stone in the future. And bro, I'm really sick of that bug with animation. You can't even imagine how fast, how frequently it's happening with me. I don't know, but I think it's because I play only with mouse, because when I'm using keyboards it doesn't happen that frequently, that often. So I don't know what to do with that. I think I can do something with my settings, but I just forgot about that and I was so lazy to try to figure out. After the meteor shower there was some damage here and there, but not too much. So unfortunately I'm going to have to do the work by my hands. Ice is a really useful thing for cooking and more. I hope I'll be able to get some honey in the future. Unexpectedly, I found a completely shattered gold vein. Honestly, I have no idea how it happened. Looks like only this spot got hit by meteorites. The trace is still visible, but I don't know, not in this area, but I don't remember that I mined it. Maybe it was in the past. Honestly, I don't have such a great memory for these little things, especially in the game. As night was approaching, I started heading back. My lovely little plants are waiting for me. When I finally jumped into the wormhole, everything went dark. After then, I saw someone's voice appear on the screen. If this game had voice acting, that could be in a real horror moment, but no, it was just a pig. But anyway, for just for 1 second, it was scary. So I made it back to base without any incidents. I was still low on health and winter was creeping closer, so I decided to craft a fishing rod just to make sure I wouldn't run out of fish during the cold days. I also made a watering can and gather more seeds. Honestly, the garden is probably my favorite part of this game. I really want to raise up giant crops, but honestly, I've already forgotten how exactly to make them grow. Guides are for noobs anyway, I play the way the devs intended. I'm not like the others. So yeah, I'm running my garden purely on intuition. After taking care of the garden, I went back to one of my favorite activities, casting out my fishing rod. But I need to be sure that no one is going to bother me, so I just make her angry. I was genuinely worried when, during the bite, a sneaky frog crept up behind me from the forest, but I didn't want to let it go. I was ready to risk my health to land that fish. Strangely though, the frog didn't care about me at all. Then I continued my fishing adventure at a different pond. When you catch too much bites, get too rare, so naturally it's easier just to change location. Unfortunately, my sister often squashes butterflies in the process, but it's still the good loot. Before winter arrives, I decided to gather some extra grass. It's actually pretty strange how it only grows on this patch by the junkyard, in this whole forgotten by God forest. I still need to expand my garden. Honestly, I don't even know why. It reminds me how valuable wood is in this game. Maybe I really shouldn't have gone with Maxwell after all. This game really charges me up. I feel like I get so much done every single day, and yet it's never enough, just like real life. I honestly don't know when to stop. Surprisingly, I am not a gambler at all in real life, though I guess it depends on how you look at it. I really got carried away with all the work, but honestly, things would probably be way easier if I just stuck to being a hunter-gatherer. No idea why I always have to overcomplicate everything. And technically I am still doing that, but the problem is I haven't found a swamp yet, so I can't make a breed cage to get eggs. That would have made healing way easier. Also, I am not hunting the elephant at all. I am afraid of wasting too much time for nothing. Besides, veggies are an important part of cooking anyway. I also went for a little walk just for a change of pace. And surprisingly, I found quite a few new things, like a manure and spiders. Also, I'm not sure why there is so much rot lying around here. I guess nature is doing its thing. At this point, I had completely lost my mind and started talking to my only viewers. Turns out we have a lot in common. Unfortunately, I completely forgot that 3 fish plus frog legs don't make the surf and turf I wanted. Instead, they turned into meatballs, but I found that out a little too late. Don't make the same mistake, put meat in there. I wasted 3 fish for nothing. Next turn I just make sure that I add meat to here. I think actually if judge by recipe you can put 2 fish and 2 meat, but meat should be big. So I didn't have though even a small bit of meat, so I just using that kind of structure. And how you can see, it worked perfectly. I really like that kind of dish because it add a lot of HP, so it can be used like heal, like heal for psychologic. I also, and it's not cost that much. Despite all my efforts, I still don't have enough food or space in my inventory and base, so I am just sorting things as best as I can. Also, my monster meat has turned rotten, but honestly, there was no saving it anyway. When morning came, I wanted to put the rod to good use. I probably won't make it before full winter arrives, but still I am holding on to hope that they'll ripen in time, no matter what. I still have time to stock up on fish and I want to make the most of it, though honestly it's not as efficient as I'd like. Honestly, I should have prepared earlier and cleared some space, but then I remembered I had to get revenge on that bird from the beginning. The one that killed my grass gyakon. So I rushed there before winter arrived. I was in such a hurry that there was definitely no time to return to base. I even had to sacrifice my precious fishing rod. She already had an egg. That was her only purpose in life at this point. And then something inside me shifted. I decided to forgive her. Alright, that was a joke. In reality, I ran across the entire map, just to gather as many berries, carrots, and other loot as I could before winter. We'll roast her later. I feel pretty good about leaving all these carrots here at the very start of the game. With this and my garden, I am never going to starve. At least there is still plenty of time before summer hits. I was genuinely curious. What if that turkey was still hiding in those bushes? Unfortunately, he wasn't. As you might have guessed, I jumped into the warm home from my base, and now I am walking the whole road back from spawn on foot, gathering loot and giving the area another look on the way. I decided to stop for the night to open the cave. I also wanted to gather some light bulbs for the miner's helmet. By the way, I misclicked and fell right in as soon as I broke the boulder. At least I didn't waste any time. My mission was going well, but then what I feared the most happened. The arrival of those damn freezes. I immediately ran for the exit, because logically the temperature in the cave should be lower than up here. Of course, there was a bit of scuffle, but I wasn't worried at all. Abigail handles this kind of targets with ease, which could be a real pain for our characters, and as expected I warmed up once I got back to the surface. Winter had already arrived and I started freezing. I also completely forgot that buffaloes get aggressive during the off-season, but I managed to dodge them just in time because I was kinda prepared for that actually. But now I need to resolve my problem with cold and I'm going to my base again. As I get close to base, I realize that I need a lot of wood because, to be honest, now campfire would be my source of life anyway. Now, thanks to my wise decisions, my fridge is full, but then I realized I still haven't built a fire pit. At least my investments in the garden paid off. Just look at this beautiful wheat I grew. I am proud of it. But I did to my precious plant what any loving father would do to his TikToker influencer son as well. I also remembered the fish I left behind before I left. It held up well. I feel sorry it had to suffer, but there was no other way. Now I am off for my last fishing trip of the season. I am not crying. Seriously. Also, a couple of butterflies showed up out of nowhere. Not a bad catch actually. When I got back home, I started freezing again. And if you think I solved that problem like a normal person, you're giving me way too much credit. But at least I got time to chop some shit down. And honestly, I always respected nature. I planted pine cones for every tree I chopped. And this is how it pays me back. What the hell is this disrespect? Now, the tree guard just won't give me a break. But I've got no time to fight him. And no sanity to spare either. So go ahead and watch, you slow idiot. I'm chopping down a tree right in front of you. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing? You gonna cry? You gonna cry? He finally lost track of me, but it almost cost Abigail her life. I really need to be more careful around bosses. Finally, I crafted my warmer and built a fire. What more could a simple American want? How about some good old traditional values? At night I finally got to my favorite thing, baking cupcakes. At dawn I got back to my garden, I uncovered a not so pleasant surprise. And damn, I hate these cupcakes, they take forever to bake. By the way, the fishing season wasn't the last after all, and now I wonder, where the snow? Then I realized that I totally forgot my thermal stone, and I just glad that I have a lot of heal that I can spend easily, because I don't need so much right now. Meanwhile, I decided to create a chest because I have real problems with inventory space whole fucking game, like you can see that. Just chopping trees and doing some work at the base, like sorting inventory, cooking and stuff. Actually, I finally created some kind of heal. I really wanted it a long time ago, and I was prepared for this moment whole time. On day 23, the snow started falling. I can already smell Christmas in the air. I think Santa is coming soon. And as you can see, even the Christmas tree came to me by itself. Feel that magical vibe? I also made a second fridge to store seeds, as well as the fruits from the garden, because I'm afraid they might spoil if I left there too long. Now you can stay here till the best days, buddy. I was getting annoyed by that tree walking around near my base, so I decided to calm it down, but keep it as my secret weapon and not to kill him, at least now. Unfortunately, my frozen legs started to spoil, so I decided to cook it fast. I decided to take a walk to the pig village and walked right into the heart of a brawl. How could I possibly not join it? Then I started some friendly fire, not the best idea. Turns out Abigail's retreat skill is insanely overpowered, it instantly drops aggro. If I'd been using it earlier, I could have farmed way more. Take some trophies from previous battle. Nothing seemed to be going wrong, I was just gathering stuff and sorting my inventory. But suddenly a bunch of angry penguins jumped me out of nowhere. I don't know if it was fear or instinct, but Abigail immediately started picking up a fight. Knowing how dangerous they can be, I ran for it. Barely made it out alive. Don't worry, I have a campfire, I'll be fine. I made it to the desert, but it wasn't fun. There were a lot of hounds. Mom, I don't wanna die. I actually always wondering why tree guards always mad at me when I'm chopping down trees. Because actual crime, it's burning them down. If somebody is interested in this stuff, that's how looks my skill upgrades. Returned to my base, but for a while, only for a while. Meanwhile, I realized that I am tired of the game and decided to continue later. Don't worry, I am back and my keyboard is fine. It's a shame I still can't actually use it, but at least now I can pause the recording to cheat, resurrect and fool you during editing. Of course I am joking. Not sure. So I crafted a meat club just to beat meat. Oh, no, I mean to beat stuff with meat. As you can hear, dogs coming, so I crafted armor to be protected. The hounds started coming one by one, with Abigail on guard and my club dealing max damage. The only bummer, there just aren't enough of them. I don't know why they're coming with such a small groups. It's because I'm really alone or what? It's just a hint of from the game. I'm kinda tired of this darkness around here, so I decided to craft a bug net and trying to create a mining head in the future. While walking through the red forest, I ran into a group of deers and decided to try take them down, since I've never managed to do it before. As they say, it's never too late to start. It wasn't supposed to be hard, since their memory is like that of a goldfish. But anyway, somehow my damage was never enough, but I don't mention to give up. And I don't know what I should to do with all this stuff that dropped from them. Sorry, I don't know how it called and I don't give a fuck. So I chose one target and tried to kill him very bad. I mean like really bad, but I don't see how it's possible not to die from that amount of attack, and I should to chase them all the time, even in the darkness. And I don't know, I was just sick of it, and I decided to give it up already, like, because I don't see too much chase something that really hard to catch. So I don't know. Maybe my Abigail don't want to let them go, but I have some problems and I dropped my backpack suddenly. It's really annoying. So I don't know. I just don't see the point right now. I tried it again and it's never worked for me. I don't know. I think they have a very big amount of HP, and I really hope that they could be killed, but I just don't have resources and time to check it out in this game, at least right now. Also, I just tried to gambling in that region. As you know, Tumbleweed is a good source of everything in this life, and I suddenly found the recipe. I already actually know that kind of thing, but okay, let it be. That's when real problems started. I set a dump tree on fire to warm up my thermal stone, and decided to take a little stroll around. But I seriously underestimate my own stupidity. I got lost in an open field like 20 meters from the fire. No wonder Zoro from One Piece is my favorite character. And I even have time to loot something because I even didn't realize that by now I already lost because of my lack of my awareness and turning of camera angle. I just will come back to the wrong tree. That's really sad because I starting to freezing to death and I starting to be really nervous. I don't know what to actually I should do by now, and actually I starting to think that it's end. Luckily I had a lot of trees here, so I will die very slow. Then deeper I went, then more clearly I realized I have absolutely no chances to find my old thermal stone because I am retarded. I think a death like that in DST could honestly win a Darwin Award. Only after burning down half of the desert forest, I realized it was time to do the only reasonable thing left. Mine the hell out of some rocks. Of course, when night fall, that wasn't very easy job, especially in the winter, but I still have chances to survive and I will fight. I don't have any choice here. Well, I did it, but it took a full-scale genocide of the local ecosystem. In order to survive, I even did things I'd rather not remember. Why life is so cruel. But ladies and douchebags, there was actually a bright side. I found what I came for. I just arrived on my base again and I can't understand one little thing. Why plants still grows even while a winter? For me it's a real weird. Finally I started to craft it. Actually recipe is kinda very weird, but it's don't starve and everything weird here is a normal, like when you have a dream with temperature. Of course, with the miner's hat, traveling became more comfortable and enjoyable. And here it is, the late night poker detour I promised you. To be honest, I had no idea how the rules worked back then. And I was cringing hard. Like literally, I just start to use random buttons, I don't know. And my first result wasn't satisfying, but I didn't even realize that. But unfortunately, the beast started to come at me, and I start to see bound with my lost. So I kinda understand that 59 tokens it's a very small amount of uh, points. My second attempt was just as bad. I didn't even bother to learn the rules. Just keep discarding the lowest suit. Funny thing is, I actually got really close to winning, but completely by accident. Honestly, I do appreciate the chance to get some honey, but it never drops from those red bastards. At least by now. The third attempt was actually the most decent. Though the Joker I picked in my opinion was absolute trash. He's kinda basic overall, but it's pretty rough to win with him if you get a bad starting hand. I drew two kings, and that when I realized. Pairs give you a multiplayer. Yeah, I know I am very smart. I am calculated this stuff. And actually, that game was really cold. And I mean literally cold. Because of winter. But truth be told, my goal wasn't just a casual stroll or some poker gambling. I was actually on a mission to find the swamp. After studying my map, I had a hunch about where it might be. And it was a blessing that it turned out to be exactly where I expected. Now I can finally build that long awaited birdcage. And I finally found my first altar for respawn. It's really nice, but it's far away from me. So I don't know and why it's very alone, because actually I thought I would have at least several in this game, but I literally found just one dead. It's kinda super hard. Maybe it's because of large size of my map, I don't know. Meanwhile, I decided to farm a tentacle. It's not that hard and drops a solid weapon. Unlike my mid bet, this one doesn't spoil with time. On my way back, I decided to swing by the casino. I only do it for fun. I can stop anytime I want. By the way, I really like the Woody Joker. He has almost no downsides, which led me to yet another win. Makes me wonder, what kind of reward do you get for the maximum score? I need a break because I don't wanna die. Joker Wilson also very cool, like it's very simple to understand this concept and it can be very effective, but it doesn't work if you don't have luck, like me. Literally no pair, at least it's easy honey for me. The next one was Wolfgang. Actually not bad, I really tried to get king in my hand, but it didn't work. I think I should have tried better, because with Willow it should be easy to win, but no. At least in that time I was more luckier with honey, but not with the game. Screw this shit, time to come back. Well, first boss of the game would be soon on my base, so I decided to prepare. I think that game give you hints itself, because before the night of boss fight, they send to you two shadow hands, or maybe it's just me. I am actually in the bad position because I don't have many things to heal my mind, and during the boss fight it would be first priority thing, so I don't know what to do with that. I just hope it would be end very fast because I don't have other options anyway. I completely forgot about the wheat in my garden, the one I worked so hard to grow, and this is how it repays me? Gross, man, gross. I need more frog sandwiches because they gonna spoil soon and I don't wanna waste my food. I sorted my inventory and got ready for a fight. But right now it's time for my revenge on that ungrateful brat. Good thing there are still plenty of stumps left in the area nearby. They're my extra wood reserve, and I'm gonna start cashing it in. It's hard to calculate how much wood I'll actually need. Might need armor, maybe some campfires, and honestly there is nothing else to do while I wait for him anyway, so I just focus on my cooking and to bring some wood nearby. That's really hard to fight for Wendy with bosses because you don't have opportunity to save Abigail from that bloodbath and she gonna die as well. I found him in the dead of night. As you can see, my sanity is already falling apart. I don't see a way to deal with him solo yet. May God help me. I just don't wanna lose my Abigail and my mind completely, but I don't see other options here anyway. I tried to protect her, but even in her normal state, she's an easy target, and now not even a ghost. I'm very sorry, Abigail. I used my best tactic, run until I find my enemy's enemies. Fighting bosses with just a mouse is pure hell. There is no way around it without help. It's a goddamn nightmare. But honestly, I don't even know where this end came from because I calmed down that one. But he just walking around and they started to fight. I really have no idea how it happens, how he appears here. I just wanted to agar him onto the spiders, but it's even better because Trent wouldn't eat meat, and it's mean that my loot can be in safety. But I think he would die. You also can bet who is gonna win. But I think Deer Klopp honestly more stronger when end, basically. So I don't think that it would be over so easy. But let's see. It took so long that even Spider Queen showed up. But the strangest thing is that the tree won the fight. Did my pathetic hits really manage to deal that much damage, or it was because of Abigail? I don't know, but now I might have a problem with spiders. I lost all my friends after the battle. I won, but at what cost? When night is came, I realized that I can go down to the village of pigs and take my dear friend, which was resurrected. I didn't have much time, so I ran straight over there as fast as I could. I ran into a whole bunch of were pigs, it was terrifying. I didn't even have Abigail with me, I just started running straight for the flower. There was a flute and I thought it was my chance to escape, but those pigs turned out to be way faster than I expected. My only option was to run for my life. Unfortunately, I was too dumb to drop my backpack and avoid running over the ice. As a result, of course, I fell and got ripped to pieces. What a ridiculous way to die. I'd rather have frozen to death in that desert. And I actually tried to survive, but the altar was too far away. It was literally an hour end of the map, so I have no chances to came into here in the time. So unfortunately, it's over for me and all my work for nothing. It's really frustrating, but I hope you at least enjoyed watching it. If you want to see more like this or a second attempt at the challenge, drop a comment, subscribe and show some love. The challenge failed, but at least I was honest and didn't try to edit it or I don't know, use some cheats and resurrect me, so I think it's more better than our people, but I don't blame anyone. So thanks for watching it. It's a total 32 days technically. So goodbye. With you as Ayama. Good luck.